China is the most exciting wine market in the world today. It's growing exponentially. It is the largest red wine market in the world, and every savvy winemaker knows that's where they have to be now and over the next decade if they're going to grow their brands. China consumed 1.87 billion bottles of red wine in 2013, and from 2007 to 2013, the amount of red wine they drank tripled. You have to understand, in China, wine is a luxury item. It's aspirational. And with 300 million middle-class consumers about to learn more about wine and interested in drinking it, the market is going to expand exponentially. The majority of wine consumed in China is domestic, about 80%, but that doesn't discount the fact that forecasts for growth are huge. The population alone, the numbers of consumers drinking wine bears that out. The leading supplier of wine to China is still France at about 14 million cases per year. The second major supplier there is actually Australia at 4 million cases. That's a huge drop, and that's the second largest producer. There's a huge opportunity for other producers in other wine producing regions to get in the game. Wine is a luxury item in China, and the world can thank France for creating that. There's now a huge opportunity to expand the wine market, not just at the fine wine level, but through all categories of wine, and here's why. Wine is positioned now as not just a gift to give bosses, it's also positioned as a social drink. It's sort of trickled down from the upper middle classes right through to the middle classes. And that middle class market is a market of 300 million potential wine drinking consumers. And that number is only going to increase. The popularity of red wine is creating a halo effect around wine as a drink, which will affect and open other categories of wine, from light, fortified, through to white and sparkling. That's huge. Right now, sparkling wine only accounts for 0.05% of wine consumption in China. Compare that to 7% internationally. Sparkling wine is larger internationally. It's interesting because in China, champagne would go beautifully with the cuisine, much of the cuisine, and it's also one of those naturally aspirational drinks that would fit the cultural positioning of wine in China. What this tells us is that there's a huge opportunity for sparkling wine and champagne to grow within that market.